All right, so let's start to break down note for note yesterday here. So, at first, you need to understand the song is tuned a whole step down. Every single string is. It's actually performed as if it was in G, but it sounds like it's in F. There's a lot of notation, and you'll see sheet music for this that's completely wrong because they treat it like it's a standard tuned guitar, and they start with F, and then everything after that is kind of messed up. So what you're going to need to do is tune your guitar down a whole step. And if you don't have a tuner that's chromatic and enables you to do that, I'm just going to give you the tuning notes here and try to match them the best you can. Okay, so this sixth string is a D. All right, and the fifth string is going to be a G. The fourth string will be a C. The third string will be an F. The second string will be an A. And the last string will be a D. So you might want to go through those a couple times since it's a big change in tuning. After you tune it through across, go back and listen to that section of the tuning and try to tune to it again, because some of the first notes that you tune will probably slip out because you're making such drastic changes to the other strings. All right, and then after you test it and you strum a G chord, I'm going to call this a G chord even though it's an F major chord now because of the tuning we're in, but it'll just make it easier to understand as we learn the song. So let's start. Let's get through it here. Now, first thing you need to look at is the right hand, the picking hand, or it might be the left hand on you, but he uses a very unorthodox pick kind of strumming sound style in his hand that he uses a lot, and he creates that by kind of he's really just using his first finger, and he'll kind of put these two together and just kind of brush these strings, just like. Now, the proper way, like trained classical guitarists, they would use these three fingers on these three strings and then just execute them all like that. But, he doesn't have that kind of trained technique. So it kind of helps create the sound of the song, though. And it also makes it a little bit unpredictable because you're going to always kind of hit different amounts of strings and stuff. So the best thing you want to do is just keep this movement going. It's kind of an upper, and you're just brushing it with the tip of your first finger, and try not to dig into them too much, and make it sound as nice as you can. And then the thumb is always getting the bass note in the chord. All right, so let's start learning the tune here. It's going to start with a standard G major chord. Second finger to third fret here on the sixth string. First finger at the second fret here on the fifth. Two middle strings are open, and then the third fret on the top two strings with this third and fourth finger. And you take this, you strum the bottom with the thumb, just the low sixth string, and then do three of those finger kind of swipe things. Then again, and again. So I did that 4 times, and that's the intro before he starts singing. Now, after that little 4 times through that, that's the intro. Then we get into what is actually going to be the chorus in the song. Okay? So this starts with the same chord. same pattern that we did in the intro, just twice though. And then you're going to make a little transition. Hit an open string, 6th string, and while you're doing that, you should be preparing an F sharp minor bar chord. That is basically going to be your 2nd finger across all 6 strings, 3rd finger at the 4th fret on the 5th string, and then pinky at the 4th fret on the 4th string. And then now when you strum this, try to make the hand not really too much hit the the 1st string. I mean, it's more the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings that's kind of strumming across. So we have this. And you do it once on that pattern now, once on that F sharp minor chord. And then we're going to go to a B7 chord. And that's your 2nd finger at the 2nd fret, 5th string. 4th string is open. 3rd finger at the 2nd fret on the 3rd string. 2nd string is open, and then pinky at the 2nd fret on the 1st string. And then that same pattern, except now the thumb is strumming the 5th string to get that B note. So we have okay. Then we come over to our 2nd string, a finger on the 2nd fret, 4th string, and do that same pattern. You hit the E on the 4th string with your thumb, and then strum those top 3 strings. They're all open. And then we have a little bass line that goes this. You just go down through the scale, which is that the thumb hitting that 2nd thing, that same E note, 2nd fret, open 4th string, and then your 3rd finger over on the 3rd fret on the 5th string, which is actually going to be part of a C chord. You'd put your 2nd finger down here. Now in between those, you strum it once, so it goes. And when you get down to this chord, you have the C here, and that's when you get back to the full pattern of hitting 3 with the 1st finger. So we got this. The next chord is a D7 chord. 2nd finger, 2nd fret, 3rd string, 1st finger, 1st fret, 2nd string, and then 3rd finger on the 2nd fret on the 1st string. You're going to hit the D string, the 4th string, open with the thumb. And do that same strumming pattern on those top 3 strings. So we have this. Then we make it back down to the G again. And do that same pattern on the G again. And then we have this little kind of moving bass line shape. And that is just, so after you've done this once, when you get back to the G basically, you put that same regular pattern on it once, and then you do this. Keep the G in your hand, thumb, strum it once, then move your 1st finger back to the 2nd fret on the 6th string. Hit that once, and then another strum. And then we go to an E minor 7 chord, which is just going to be 2nd fret with your 1st and at your 5th fret on the 5th string here with your 1st finger, and then again on the 2nd fret on the 4th string with your 2nd finger, and then take your pinky and hold the 3rd fret, this D, on the 2nd string. And then now try to keep off that 1st string there. Do the pattern once there. Now you get the low E with the thumb. Then go to an A major chord. 2nd fret, the 2nd string, 2nd fret, 3rd string, 2nd fret, 4th string. The 5th string in the bass with the thumb. And then we're going to take a standard C major shape, and then a G major. Strum twice with the thumb. So we have this. Now, after you do that 2nd strum, just continue that kind of movement with the strums. Then it goes back through it all again. All right. So that's it for this, and now we're going to make it, in the next video, we're going to cover the chorus. I'm sorry, we're going to cover the verse and the ending. Stay tuned.